So let's start with national former President Donald Trump. He will return to the White House after CBS News projected wins in key battleground states. So early this morning, Trump claimed victory in Florida before the race was even called, telling his supporters that, quote, this will be the golden age of America. So let's take a look at the national presidential race results here for you. This is what we're seeing right now. We put the results up for you on your screen. And last night, as results came pouring in, CBS News projected former President Donald Trump won the Lone Star State. Governor Greg Abbott congratulated the former president, saying, quote, Texans know who will slash inflation, secure our southern border, unleash American energy, and crack down on violent crime. And that's Donald Trump, end quote. Billionaire and former owner of the Dallas Mavs, Mark Cuban, also commented after the polls closed on X. Cuban, a Harris supporter and critic of Trump, congratulated the former president, saying he won fair and square. He went on to congratulate Elon Musk as well, who is a known supporter of Trump.
Now, we have been covering the races all morning long, and so have our national correspondents from CBS Mornings.
That's right. So we want to go ahead and check in. And CBS political campaign reporter Tareen Small joining us now from West Palm Beach in Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So we know that you've been on the road with Republican vice presidential candidate and J.D. Vance throughout the campaign, as well as the former President Donald Trump, now President-elect Donald Trump. What are you hearing from the Trump team that you've covered so extensively?
Yeah, just to remind you guys, Donald Trump spoke, 4 hours ago? So quite a few of them are sleeping. But I can tell you that officials told us shortly after his speech that this was the result that they were expecting because of their non-traditional ground game. Whereas the Harris Walz campaign really touted their dozens field offices, staffers, outreach game. This campaign, the Trump-Vance campaign, really focused on converting some of his super fans into volunteers, having them doing a lot of the heavy lifting as well as ancillary groups across these battleground states. Ultimately, what it came down to was extending the Republican Party tent. An official told us that it was notable that Trump was able to tap into low propensity voters and make inroads with key demographics like black men, Hispanic men, and young white males as well.
Tareen, being on the road and hearing, obviously, from voters, what was the message or really the issue that pushed the Republicans to these results that we're seeing at the polls?
It ultimately came down to the two I's, immigration and inflation. Ultimately, at these rallies, J.D. Vance would usually close out by asking voters if their lives were better under Trump or Joe Biden, making this closing argument about the financial stability of the country, but also these individual Americans. As we got closer to the race, it became evident, or the close of this race, it became evident that those were two top issues for voters.
All right, Tareen, thank you so much. We are going to be waiting to hear from the Trump team and also the Harris team later this morning for sure. By the way, you can have extensive, inclusive and extensive programming on our CBS Mornings right here on CBS News Texas. That's coming up at 7 o'clock.